So good luck, drive careful. It's gonna be loose, so be careful.
What is up, everybody? Sorry, I was having some microphone troubles. Here we are with another We Are Legends race. This one going to be from Irwindale, the outer inner configuration. We are going into our first heat race and only heat race here. We're only going to have 10 cars tonight. So starting off on the first row, we're going to have Quentin Nuttall and Scott Crane going to be in second, both Cottom and iRacing team members. In the second row, Ben Richards third, Timothy Blake fourth. Third row, Perry Vance fifth, Chris Justice is going to run into sixth. Behind that, seventh, Riley Fiddler heads back, Mike Matherly in eighth. Behind them, Blake Crane in ninth, Keegan Sabilio in 10th. And John England in 11th. Mark Greer, Ebker, and Anthony Meyer did not make it onto the grid. Get that tank pulled up here. Get ready to go. We are on 1 to go here for our first heat race. Let's take a look at Quentin Nuttall here, starting off the heat race. He's currently second in points, running out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. His car is off, and we are going little bit of a gap. They didn't quite get tight enough. Good start by Nuttall. He's going to keep the inside lane. And Ben Richards going to pass Blake Crane for second momentarily, but he's going to spin. And you're going to have two spins. Riley Fiddler heads back and Ben Richards both going to spin themselves out. There's not going to be any cautions. This is a heat race. We do not do cautions in heat racing in the We Are Legends League. So that's going to bring Quentin Nuttall first. Scott Crane going to stay in second. Perry Vance has moved up 2 spots. He's now in third. Timothy Blake fourth. Blake Crane has gained 4 spots from that spin. He's now sitting in fifth.
Yeah, that's fun to miss you.
Not a big gap, or a big gap between first and second. Let's go take a look at this battle for third as we have 3 cars really pushing for it. Blake Crane running on the outside of Perry Vance here, trying to get an advantage and maybe move up into the 4th spot. Not going to be able to do it here coming out of this turn. He's going to go right back behind him as they both are working on Timothy Blake. As you can see, a pretty big gap between first and second, and a big gap between second and third. So this battle really between third and 6th here is going to be the interesting one. Blake Crane has some flipping going on. He's going to go on the inside here of Perry Vance, trying to take over 4th place. Looks like he's going to be able to do it. Yep, he is going to be able to do it. He's going to pull right in front there and take over the 4th spot. So he's going to start working here on 3rd, it looks like. Really focusing on Blake. He's been a big mover here. He's gained 5 positions in this heat race alone. He is having flipping problems. Maybe we'll stay on Timothy Blake. As Blake Crane is pushing here for 3rd. You got Mike Matherly, or sorry, Chris Justice behind Perry Vance working on him. About 2/10 behind, it looks like. Blake Crane about 2/10 behind Timothy. 3rd and 1st and 2nd. Again, big gap between them. They had a spin there between Perry Vance. He's going to be moved back. He's going to fall way back. We've got another wreck right in front of him. Didn't get a chance to see who that was. Blake Crane and Timothy Blake, the only real battle here as Crane goes to the inside in turn 1. Looks like he is going to pass and take over 3rd spot. So your top 3 right now are going to be all Cotterman Racing team members. Quentin first, Scott Crane in second, Blake Crane in 3rd. As Blake is going to retain that 3rd position coming around. Dealing with some lap traffic up here, it looks like, between 1st and 2nd, Mike Matherly. There's going to be a huge gap. Unless Nuttall spins, there's not going to be much that they can do. spread out here. Gonna give credit to Blake Crane, though, the hard charger in this race. He's moved up 6 spots, taking over third. Nuttall currently has a 2.5 second gap over second. Scott Crane currently has 3/4 of a second gap over Blake. Nuttall here. You know, like I said earlier, he is currently second in points. Riley Fiddler-Hedsbeck is first in points. He's back in 6th. He's actually, even after that spin, managed to move up 1 spot on the grid, probably due to, you know, I'm not exactly sure who spun. I think it might have been John England. England's been in the pits. We're on the final lap here. Nuttall is going to go ahead and take this heat race win, it looks like, unless something major happens in this last corner. Doesn't appear to be, and he's going to go ahead and seal up that heat race win. Scott Crane second, Blake Crane third, Timothy Blake fourth, Chris Justice fifth, Riley Fiddler-Hedsbeck sixth, Mike Matherly seventh, Perry Vance eighth, Ben Richards in the pits in 9th, John England 10th. As we get gridded here, let's see if we can get this grid ticker to work. No, it does not appear that it is going to, so
main
I'm going to show
event.
you the tower view here. We're going to have Nuttall starting first.
Baby it for a few laps. Let's not have wrecks right off the bat.
So, like I said, Nuttall is going to start the race in first. Scott Crane second. Blake Crane going to be third. Again, that one's not working either. Sorry about that, guys. Blake Crane going to be in third. Perry Vance going to be in fourth. Chris Justice fifth. Riley Fiddler-Hedsbeck sixth. Mike Matherly seventh. Sorry, guys, I'm sure you can hear my kid. He is home. They shut his daycare down due to COVID, so I'm going to have to listen to him with me, if you don't mind. As we go ahead and get these pace laps started here. Sabilio, Mike Freer, Ebker, and Anthony Meyer all have not graded here. It does not look like they will join the race with us. This is an interesting turn here, turn 3 and 4. There's 4 kinds of turns that you have in oval racing. There is a flat-footed turn, which obviously means your foot is flat on the floor, flat on the gas. There is also a lift, meaning you're slightly lifting off, not all the way, but you're lifting off the gas a bit. There is a lift off, which is self-explanatory. You coming completely off the gas. And then there is there's a brake, and this is a hard brake turn. And you see these tires there coming out of the turn 4. If you hit those, you're done. It will end your race. You will be finished. You can't touch them without totaling your car. So it'll be interesting to watch there. Scott Crane gets a great start. It looks like he's going to take over first from Nuttall here coming out of turn 3 and 4, with Blake Crane pushing hard for second. Nuttall does retain. Almost 3 wide coming into 1 and 2. Nuttall going to pull ahead. Scott Crane still working that outside lane. Blake Crane going to come down in front of him for second place, as you have Timothy Blake here pushing him now to take over third. We are green lap racing here. Chris Justice taking over fourth from Timothy Blake. Not sure what happened there. Chris Justice has moved up 2 spots, it looks like. Mike Matherly in 6th right now has moved up 2 spots as well. Let's see. He's pushing here, trying to take over. Riley Fiddler-Hedsbeck on the bumper of Perry Vance there, as you can see. Back to our first place. Not a big gap between those two as they are pushing each other hard. Now 5 laps into our 80 lap feature. Looks like Chris Justice has taken over 4th position from Timothy Blake. Other than that, we are all pretty much lined up. It sounds like we have had a wreck here. Let's go back and look at what happened. Mike Matherly. Oh, he hit the tires, just like I was telling you, and he ended up taking Riley Fiddlerhead's back out with him. Just like I said, we got to really watch out for those tires. We're going to be going to a caution here, as that's going to take Heads back to 9th, Matherly back to 10th. We're going to roll into our first caution. Sorry for the brief moment of silence. I had to remind my son not to play with kitty litter. It's amazing that you have to do that. So this is going to be a brief opportunity here to get re-gridded. Nuttall going to stay in 1st, Blake Crane 2nd, Scott Crane 3rd, Chris Justice 4th, Timothy Blake rounding out your top 5. Perry Vance 6th, Ben Richards 7th, John England 8th, Riley Fiddlerheadsbeck 9th, and Mike Matherly in 10th. Matherly, it looks like, did go to use a fast repair, so he will be down a lap. I'm sure he didn't have much of a choice. As I said before, that you cannot hit those tires. It will pretty much ruin your whole day. Everybody but Matherly here on the lead lap. Looks like the lights are off here on the pace car. We should be 1 to go. Sorry if you guys hear my son. Pace car is off. Restart is going to be on Nuttall. He should be able to get a pretty good jump as he comes around. He's going to shoot it, and he is going to get a good jump. Pull right in front of Blake Crane to keep 1st place. Essentially, top 5 not going to change, as we are green flag racing here. Hasn't been any position changes off that restart. Usually there is a couple here and there, but not a single one. Does look like 43 Timothy Blake going to get by Chris Justice there for 4th place. And Ben Richards going to make a move on the inside. He's going to take over 5th. Chris Justice. Not sure what's going on with Justice's car there, but he has had some slowdown. Big gap here right now, about 7/10 of a second between 1st and 2nd. Really, almost big gaps almost everywhere on the track. Is the only real battle we have is Timothy Blake kind of working on Scott Crane. Chris Justice working on Ben Richards here. Oh, Ben Richards going to hit the wall. He's going to move back out of the top 5. That's going to knock him way back. He's back into 8th. Chris Justice getting his 5th spot back. Looks like Timothy Blake is wrecked. Let's go back and take a look at that. See if we can see what happened. Got down in that yellow. He's just going to lose it. And oh, Scott Crane lost it too. Big shakeups here. So Chris Justice is going to move into third. He's going to benefit from Scott Crane's crash. Blake and Quentin Nuttall are going to get way ahead here. Riley Fiddler heads back going to move into fourth place, but he's got Perry Vance right on his tail. Oh! Riley Fiddler heads back going to hit the tires. Just like I said, those are deadly. That's going to move him out of the top 5. Ben Richards is going to take over fourth place. Perry Vance into fifth place. Riley's going to fall all the way back to 9th, just ahead of our lapped car, Mike Matherly. Big gaps here between the first three. Blake and Quentin fairly close, about 4/10 ahead. Quentin is. Blake is gaining on him these last couple laps. Basically a huge gap here between the first and fourth place is 4 seconds. We got this little move. Richards trying to stay in the top 5 here. He's got Perry Vance working him down on the inside. That's our only real competition here right now. Very spread out. Richards shuts the door on that entry. But nothing really to report here. No, I mean, nobody's really passed anybody. We're all kind of lined up. Hetzbeck did have to pit. He is now 4 laps down. He has come off of pit lane. Chris Justice just looks like some blipping was causing that. So nothing really happened there. Go back and focus again. We are 5 seconds behind the leaders here from 4th place back. See this first place gap here. Crane having some real issues with flipping. Let's take a look at Scott Crane after that spin. He's sitting here behind Fiddler Hetzbeck, who is a lap car. John England's still in this race, trying to catch up to Perry Vance and Ben Richards. Ben Richards really holding that 4th place position very well. We are 26 laps in to our feature event here. Got another wreck there. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened to Perry. Oh man, he just got loose. He just got loose. It looks like he almost was able to save it. That's going to knock him back pretty far. All the way back into 8th now. John England going to take over a top 5 spot with a fair gap between him and Ben Richards. Let's go on back to our leaders here and see if we can see anything. It does look like Perry Vance is going to hit pit lane. Scott Crane moved up into 6th with that wreck. So 7 cars now on the lead lap. Timothy Blake, the farthest back, 12 seconds behind the leader. It's dang near a full lap. Still just not a whole lot of changes here. Everything's been going status quo. Perry Vance has entered and is now leaving the pits, it does look like. Blake Crane has been staying right on Nuttall, though. He's only about a 0.5 behind. He's basically stayed there the whole time. sounds like we've had a wreck, but I didn't see where it was, and it doesn't appear to be stopping anything. I guess the question you have to have when you're this far ahead, like Nuttall and Crane and Justice are of everybody else, is when you hit if you're under green. You know, you almost kind of, you hope for a caution around 40 to 60 laps, somewhere in there if you're those guys, but if you're not going to get it, what are you going to do? That's the real question. What's your strategy? Are you just going to retain and you know, get a couple laps? You know, say if Justice decides to pit, get new tires, do Nuttall and Blake Crane stay out to you know, put him a couple laps down and increase their gap? But Nuttall's sitting about 3.5 seconds ahead of Chris Justice. There's just no real competition there. Stick on the top 5 ticker here. As you can see, no changes since the last wreck. Nuttall, Crane, Justice, Richards, and England. John England been a hard charger in this race. He's gained six spots here. Nuttall increasing that gap there on Blake Crane, about 1.2 seconds now. Let's get a look at what kind of lap times we're running. We're in 17.8s, and we're qualifying, if you remember, 17.3s. Let's see some best times between these guys. Nuttall with the best time right now, 17.36. Crane is 17.4. Everybody else just slightly behind them, so. Gaps are increasing though. Looks like Nuttall is just about a half a tenth faster on every lap that we're seeing. They have not a bad lap there at an 8.34, but still, like I said, just about a half second faster than Crane behind him. As we are now just a bit over halfway, 42 out of 80 laps completed. Nuttall about to start working on lapping Fiddler Headsbeck, who, like I said earlier, is first in points. Does appear John England has taken over the 4th position here from Benjamin Richards. As we have 35 to go. Ben Richards back working on John England, and Matherly kind of putting his nose in there, being a lap down, still wanting to fight. There is a lot of race left here. A lot can happen. We're sitting 11 seconds 4th place behind the leaders. Some huge gaps on this track. I didn't really expect it to be this disparate as far as you know, who's who of running fast laps. Would have thought Fiddler Headsbeck would have had a better run here. He usually does at the circle tracks. He's currently sitting on 3 wins this season. And is in dead last place at the current moment. Nuttall sitting in 2nd, has to be pretty happy with that. Scott Crane has passed Ben Richards here on the inside to take over a top 5 spot, now sitting in 5th. Like I was saying, Nuttall, you got to be pretty happy here when you are looking at the guy sitting one spot ahead of you in standings, and he's in dead last and you're in first, that's going to be a good day. Looks like John England and Scott Crane going to have somewhat of a battle with Ben Richards in there. England has that protection from the lapped car, as we can see. It's going to give you a little bit of confidence. If you can keep that lapped car in between you, you tend to breathe a little bit better. As we come into lap 51, we have not seen any leaders pit for tires or anything like that. I think they're going to have enough fuel here. Let's see if we can get a look at that. Doesn't look like I will be able to get us a look at that, but regardless, have not seen any pit stops today. Nuttall is pushing 1.5 at least seconds ahead of Crane. As we're watching this battle here for fourth place. The real question is, are we going to see a caution? I assume if we see a caution, we're going to see some pit stops. Still haven't seen it quite yet. Let's look at our stint lengths here. 54 laps. We are still green. Like Nuttall has put Timothy Blake a lap down, so we only have 6 cars on the lead lap here. .24 laps to go. Still running green. Still have no cautions. Oh, Perry Vance is wrecked. Let's take a look at what happened there. See if maybe that'll send us into a caution. That's another wreck for Perry. He's having a tough day, and he hit those tires. Just like I said, you got to watch for those tires. Did put some guys in danger. Is that going to put us into a caution? Ooh. He was somewhat in the way. Let's see if race control decides to throw it. It does appear that we are going to get into cautions as everyone slows way down. Let's see if we can get some pit stops going here. And let's see who decides to pit from our top 5. Nuttall going to go into pit. Blake Crane going to go into pit. Scott Crane going to go into pit. John England has stayed out. He's going to try to put everybody a lap down here. Timothy Blake hitting the pits. Chris Justice hitting the pit. Everybody, it seems, is going to pit except for England. Race leader John England now is the only one on the lead lap. Save for Timothy Blake. So you would have to think that at some point, John is going to have to pit, and Timothy as well. You would think that they're going to have to pit. There's 60 laps on these tires. So I would say that, you know, having only 2 cars on the lead lap, probably not going to last, would be my guess. Obviously, I've been wrong about these things before. As we get ready for our restart, it's going to be a weird restart. There's lap cars all over the place. John England going to take it away. 17 laps to go. No shooting on the inside. There's another wreck. Oh, a big one. That's the big one. That's going to take out Chris Justice, Blake Crane. We're going right back into a caution.
Sorry.
Let's go back and take a look what happened. Looks like Ben Richards was the cause. He's going to get just a little loose coming out of 1 and 2. Justice, Scott Crane, Blake Crane, all going to get caught up. 43 is going to get caught up, but everybody's going to move back here.
Sorry.
And that's a pretty big one.
I told.
Looks like Nuttall is going to get back on the lead lap here. He managed to get out before the pace car to get in front of John England and get back on the lead lap. So that pit strategy just worked out perfectly for Nuttall. Absolutely perfectly. I don't think it could have gone any better. Not sure what John England's doing right there. Looks like taking a little victory donut early. Timothy Blake going to take over first, it appears. But great pit strategy from Nuttall. He goes into pit. He was a lap down, and it instantly ended up working out for him. As you saw, we had Ben Richards cause caution right as Nuttall passed John England to get back onto the lead lap. So let's see. It does look like John is going to go into the pits this time here. That would put Timothy Blake into first as our first position car. Now everybody's back on the lead lap. John England going to fall a little bit back here. I'm assuming they're either going to get some wave rounds here to Perry Vance and Riley, get them a lap back. Right now, though, it looks like we're going to have just the top 3 on the lead lap. Mike McAdoo, who's been down a lap for what seems like the whole race, is back on the lead lap and into 3rd place. So your top 5, Timothy Blake first, Nuttall second, Matherly in 3rd, England 4th, and Scott Crane in 5th. Let's see how race control decides to handle this restart. Looks like England's going to get 3rd back from Mike Matherly. Not sure why. Fairly interesting. You're not going to get any wave rounds on those lap cars. They're going to get pushed to the back. So it's going to be Timothy Blake and Quentin Nuttall on the first row. John England, Mike Matherly on the 2nd row. And everybody else is a lap down. Scott Crane holding on to 5th place right now. So had a flip. We are underway, and not a bad start there from Timothy Blake. Nuttall going to work him in the inside just like he did John England on the last restart. Let's see if he can get it. It does look like he's going to take over first place here. He's led basically the whole race, so not surprised. Chris Justice trying to work on the inside, get back on the lead lap. John England retaining 3rd place, but there's already a half-second gap now between Nuttall and 2nd place Timothy Blake. 10 to go here, 10 to go. And a huge gap right now. Let's take a look at the 2nd place battle between John England and Timothy Blake. John England, he's fallen way back. I'm surprised about that. He just got tires, so now there's a second between 1st and 2nd, second between 2nd and 3rd. Let's see where Mike Matherly is. He's fallen behind. Hasn't had a fast car today. It's really unfortunate that, we have a wreck there from Perry Vance. He's going to wreck off down to the bottom, so nothing to worry about as far as cautions go. 7 laps to go. doesn't look like it's really anybody's race but Nuttall's here. He's 2 seconds ahead of everybody, and he's got 2 teammates in between him in second place. John England works on the outside. He does pass Timothy Blake for second. What a move. Let's go back and let's take a rewatch of that real quick. See this move. Oh, it does look like Timothy got way loose. He had a block up there on the brakes, and that's going to let John keep that momentum and just swing right by him and take over second place. I think this is going to be the battle to watch. As you can see, first and second gap is huge at about 3.5 seconds almost. And England is pulling away from Timothy Blake. 5 laps to go. It kind of looks like we're going to be having the same grid that we have now. I don't see any changes. Four to go here. Again, nothing really to report on. It's been status quo. Nuttall first, England second, Blake third, Matherly in fourth, Chris Justice fifth. And I don't foresee any changes to that here unless Scott Crane manages to get by Chris Justice, but he's 3 seconds behind Justice. Blake Crane, he's a lap behind Scott and in front of him. Justice here working to get back on the lead lap. Let's see if Nuttall lets him do it. We're on the final lap.
And Clinton, just trying to get my light back, that's all. I'm not going to take you out.
It's like some encouraging words. Nuttall going to hit the brakes and let him by. Nuttall's going to let him get back on the lead lap. What a kind guy, but there you go. There's the end of it. Nuttall first, England second, Timothy Blake third, Mike Matherly fourth, Chris Justice
Stupid
fifth.
caution.
We can do results here. Let's go ahead and show those.
Can you put one lap down?
So, Nuttall, England, Blake, Matherly, Justice, Scott Crane 6th, Blake Crane 7th,
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Fiddler
it.
Headsbeck 8th, Ben
Good
Richards in 9th, Harry Vance 10th, Keegan
Good race, everyone.
Jared
Thanks for
Edgar
fun.
did not
Sorry I ran out of talent for a minute.
So, it's real fun to show you that today, guys. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Until then, I will
You're
see
still
you
on the
next
track,
time.
Benji? Oh, damn.